Welcome, guys, to my Love Island Games Season 1, Episode 1 recap, guys. I'm just been screaming my head off at the end of this episode. I don't know if anybody else watched, but OMG, this first episode uh, of Love Island Games. That was insanity. Um, I actually might like the format way better than the actual Love Island. That was crazy. Guys, welcome back. Yes, I know. You're like, Mika, you were supposed to do a Love Island Games cast assessment. I know. I got it. But I could not do one because I didn't quite understand how these games were going to work. I knew it would be kind of a mix of Love Island and like Perfect Match, um, which it definitely is. But I mean, I don't know. I knew a lot of people on Perfect Match, but for some reason, this cast is so much better watching. I don't feel like the episode dragged, and I actually enjoyed myself. I am still reeling from that ending. Like, wow. um, and the fact that it's edited and not like, so we know that they have created an entire storyline because they have already filmed, it's already done, they already know who like wins and couples up and goes through the entire season. It is crazy that they did such a good job in this editing, because usually I'm yelling at my screen with their edit jobs for uh, the regular show. Um, but I was actually pleasantly surprised at the editing for this episode. Now, was it a little long? Yes, because I did not realize that it was going to be an hour and 30 minutes. I understand why now, but it was very long. Hi, Charlene. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm so glad to see that you're here with me. I know a lot of people probably didn't watch the first episode on the first night because they're probably trying to figure out, like, oh, is this good? Like, should I bother watching? I will say, based on what I just watched, I'm actually really kind of excited, even more excited than I was for this actual season. I don't know about you, Shirley. You have to tell me. Um, so yeah, like I'm actually pleasantly surprised at the edit job that they just did. I'm shocked, guys. So I'm in a slight state of shock at what I just watched at the end. So let us start off with talking about how the episode started. So the episode started with a bit of I don't know if you guys saw the trailer that they had put out on, I think they had put it on Instagram, but it yeah, Charlie, yeah, Charlie says she's excited. That ending was crazy. It was. Oh my god! But we will get there. We will absolutely get there. Um. So yeah, the episode starts. They had done a trailer, and when I watched the trailer, it's like, okay, so these people are gonna be like the OGs. Got it. So I knew that they were gonna start off with it. It was gonna be like a regular Love Island season in that it is gonna start off with some OGs, which I like that format. So even I feel like watching Bachelor in Paradise, I'm always complaining because I feel like the format of not having people couple up in the beginning and then trying to like just start eliminating people does not work for what the purpose of finding love, right? So even match of amount of women and men to couple up in the beginning, and then you start just throwing stuff at them. I'm fine with that. Even better in this episode, the women got to pick. You know, I love when the women get to lead off and make the choice of what and who they want. Because you see, when the women chose, the men were happy. They were happy with who chose them. So, you know, I like that format. I think they, like most shows, need to do. I know it might feel boring if everybody did it, but I like it better. So, yeah, so they just start off with that trailer where you basically see everyone coming from either their jobs or what they like to do, and getting the call from Maya picking out her all-stars to come on the games. So that trailer was probably a good 5 or 6 minutes. Fine. We're not going to go through the entire trailer. So, but we see the first scene of the actual games is Justine and Sally, Love Island USA Season 2, enter driving up in a convertible, letting us know they are the stars, they are the it girls, and I would expect nothing less. Season 2 of Love Island USA is one of the best seasons of Love Island to me across all international versions. I've only watched Australia and UK and USA primarily. Most of the other ones I haven't watched because they're in a foreign language. But my personal opinion, Love Island USA Season 2, best winner, because there was a single winner. No, but best winner with Justine, and that friendship between Justine and Sally was everything on that season. They just put out a YouTube video kind of describing their ups and downs of their friendship from Love Island to now. I am so proud of them that they continue to just work hard and prove that no matter how much you love each other, or you find commonalities in a person as a friendship, friendship is hard. But on this, having the support that they have of each other is going to make this journey even better. So I am so glad to see them. And they said they are glad that this season they get to actually be on an island this time, which is very funny because if you do not know, Love Island season 2, Love Island USA season 2 was filmed in Las Vegas during the height of COVID. Personally, I liked the villa that they used. I actually even visited it in Vegas when I went. I personally like that villa, but I get what they're saying. You're wearing a bunch of bikinis. You want to be on a beach. So they are in Fiji this time, and in the villa from Love Island USA season 5, the villa that was just used. So that was exciting. So Justine says she is the first Black winner of Love Island, and she is here to do it again. I said, I know that's right. And the best thing that came out of it was her Celine. If you don't know, their combined name is Celine Friendship with Sally. They walk into the villa, and Sally says she doesn't want to see her ex, Johnny, who was the person that she was coupled up with, ended the show with, came in second place with, and then dated for about 4 months and broke up. She feels like she didn't speak up for herself the last time she was on there. I will agree. She definitely did not speak up for herself. Um, she said watching it back and just watching everything that he did was hard. But this time she will not be allowing that to happen. She is not second place material. And I said, I also know that's right. Justine says she's ready to get down and dirty. She's excited that it's games because that is basically her wheelhouse. If you have not paid attention to Justine post Love Island, she's done a couple of challenge seasons, including the Challenge USA on CBS and the Challenge World, which I think was on Paramount, possibly. So she's just excited to combine the things. She's looking for love and she wants, to win these challenges. So it's like, well, girl, you're going to have to train me because I'm here for the boys, as she should. So we do see next scene, the Brits are up and they are on a yacht sailing towards the villa. We see Jack, Liberty, Toby, and Curtis. Um, Toby says his relationship is a bit of a touchy subject. Jack is excited for the Islanders from all over the world. So we do find out Jack is from season 4, which I didn't watch season 4. I only watched UK season 5 to 10. So he said he left with one blonde named Laura, then went to another blonde named Laura, and and so he's gonna try to like move past that this time around, but he says don't underestimate him. Then we talk to Liberty. She's 24 now. She is from season 7 of Love Island UK. She did. Hey, Rachel. Rachel says, "Hey, here to figure out if I should give this show a chance." I said that. I said me and Shirley were probably one of the only ones to actually watch it first night, and we're still reeling from the episode. It's an hour 30 minutes, but I will tell you, it went really fast. I thought it was good, but we're gonna go through this episode, and you can determine for yourself. Um, so Liberty is from the UK version, season 7 or series 7 as they call it. And she did what was best for her and she left before the finale. She has been singles ever since. And she's here for love. So she said she hopes she finds someone very competitive, because she's very competitive, but she's also here to win and give it her all. So Sally is talking to Justine and she's like, "You trying to get married?" And Justine's like, "Always." And next is Ray from season 1 walks in surprising the girls. And now if you do follow Justine and Sally, you know that they're very good friends with Ray, especially Justine. And because Ray and Justine are both from New Jersey. And they are very excited to see him. Ray does outline he's from season 1. It was a little boring, but he was lit. He was a bombshell, and he coupled up with a girl named Caro, and they broke up, but he's ready to get married, and he's excited to see Imani from season 5, and says the men on that season were playing that they let her get away. Facts, Ray. And so, listen, I liked Ray his season 1. I would have voted. I didn't watch season 1 until after I watched season 2. I will say I would have voted for Ray and Cara to win. I'm one of those people who likes them. I watched them on The Amazing Race. I saw the decline in their relationship. It was sad. But our girl Caro is now married. She recently got married. So congrats to Caro. And Ray sounds like he's serious about finding someone. Let's hope, because he did a couple of shows after that. He did, what's that show? Uh, the X show, and I was like, "Ooh, Ray, ooh." Just like he was a bit of a player. Um, so they do toast to being the first in the villa, and it's revealed that Ray and Sally have kissed. Now, who knew that? I'm so sure all these people be kissing. Um, and but now they are friends. He says he really wants to see Imani. They may see him married at the end if she is here in the villa. And of course, Love Island Gods is like heard and answered. In walks Imani, season 5. Um, and Ian says because she never left Fiji. I was dying laughing. In the trailer, that's basically how they alluded it. Like, oh, are you back? And she's like, yeah, like I never left. Because she basically turned right around and went back to Fiji for Love Island Games. Ray is sweating, guys. He hears her voice and he starts sweating. It was so cool. I was like, oh my God, really? The Love Island gods really answered his prayers. He doesn't know what to do. So Imani says she's from season 5. This is her villa. And she's like, yeah, she's a bit dramatic, but she's a force to be reckoned with. So they ask her, what is she here for? What's she looking? She's like, they're like, are you like against any Love Island USA? Sally and Justine trying to hook Ray up. That's their boy. So they're like, oh, are you against like getting with any USA guys? And she's like, I'm open to everyone. Call it natural selection. And Ray does. I was wondering if he was going to do it, but he absolutely does. He says, well, I just told them that I was waiting to see you. And Imani says, oh, wow. And she's very excited for that. And listen, we love that. Being open and honest about what you want is better than trying to hide and play coy. Girls like to know they're being pursued. Girls like to know that guys want them. So absolutely love that Ray ran on ahead and let her know he was semi-claiming her. Loved it. So back on the yacht, Toby does say he had a 1-year relationship out of Love Island, so he knows that it works. So we do find out a little more about Toby. Toby season 7. He is ready for the games, and he's excited. It's international. He is competitive. We know he's a footballer, but he said this time he ain't trying to go for 4th place. He ain't trying to go for 3rd place or 2nd place. He wants to go for number 1. And then we see Curtis. Curtis season 5. He is back. He thought it would be a once in a lifetime experience. Says that now he's back and he wants to see if the person that he could possibly fall in love with is here. He points out that you have to be discerning whether the person is here for you for love or just for the games. And rightly so. Like, you have to be careful. These people are coming here to win. Like, are they just going to couple up with you just to get to the end? Or are they actually going to couple up with you to actually build something? We know that Curtis, likes to fall in love. He was with Mara. He was with Amy. He was a professional dancer. And so, Curtis, he could be, I would watch out for Curtis. He could get to the end because he has that thing where he really genuinely will find love and then fight to stay there. So then the Brits land on the island, and the USA are talking about what will the games be. And that was the thing why I couldn't do a cast assessment, because I'm like, what games are they playing? Like, is it the Love Island games or is it like the challenge? Like, how competitive is it? What are they going to be doing? Because that is really like it. There's a difference between the games on the challenge and the games that they play in Love Island. So I was wondering how they were going to stage the game. I actually kind of really liked the game that they did in this episode. It was actually really fun to watch. um, and so they're like, what the game's gonna be? Best kisser. And Sally says, well, if that's the game, she is going to eat because that's her thing. And so the Brits do come up the on shore, and Liberty runs to Sally and Justine. So if you guys don't also know, Liberty and Justine and Sally have hung out before. They actually became really fast friends. Them, because Justine became friends with Kaz Kamwe. If you haven't seen Love Island UK season 7, she was also one of the finalists. And they actually came and visited the girls in LA. So she runs right to Sally and Justine and gives them a hug. Sally says she likes Toby. She's blushing. She thinks he's cute. Now, I was seeing little trailers of her and Toby, and I was like, could be cute because, Sally's very funny. Toby's very funny. Could work if there's chemistry. Now, that's what's probably going to determine if they're going to like last through this, because I think their personalities could mesh properly. I have to look at their astrology though. Like, I know that she's a Gemini. I forget what Toby is. Oh. So we get uh, them toasting to Love Island games. Now, Jack says he likes Imani. He thinks she's funny. Um, and he also uh, thinks that, it's going to be interesting. Will this be for love or for money? So you notice they're putting a lot of like emphasis on, which we usually don't see that in Love Island. In Love Island, they always say, "Oh no, it's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's it's about love." But here, the emphasis is they're either there for the bag or they're there for love, and which one is it? And are they going to be honest about why they're there? So next in to arrive is the Aussies, Callum and Jess. So of course both Callum and Jess were on the season of Australia I didn't watch, which was season 4. So Jess says she's going to give even less of a fuck this time. She says she knows she was very messy. She went for every bombshell. She moved from guy to guy. She knows she's a firecracker and can be villainized, but she doesn't care because she's willing to play dirty. And then Callum says he in season 4 he was chaotic. He jumped from couple to couple, but he's matured and he realizes that looks aren't the only thing. It's like 80% of the thing now. So very competitive, and he's ready to go. So we see the boys and the girls split up. Jack points out that he really likes Imani and Justine. And listen, the guy said I coupled up with a blonde named Laura and another blonde named Laura, and I'm just like, so. But he did say he liked Imani because she's funny. And he said Justine was really pretty. Do I believe Jack, though? Do you believe Jack that he is interested in Imani and Justine? That is the question. He couldn't remember their names. All he remembered was their bathing suits. Toby, on the other hand, remembered every girl's name, pointed them out, He was excited. Justine says she thinks they're all cute. She particularly names Curtis. Now, I'm wondering, Curtis could be her type, but I'm wondering with Curtis, he's a dancer. We all know Justine likes a dancer, so yeah. See, Charlene's thinking where I'm thinking. Nope, Jack is game playing to me. I think he's game playing too. Not to say they don't have chemistry, but I think Jack would have chemistry with a big brick wall. He's fine as hell, and yeah. So, um, Jess says she likes a UK boy. Ray on the other side says that all the girls are fine. And then in walks in the people from France and Sweden, which are Steph and Lisa. So Steph is from season 2 of Love Island France. And he says he is an international playboy. Correction, a French international playboy. And he plans to use his accent to hook these women. He expects attentions from the girls and competition from the boys. And listen, Steph is cute, very very cute. I can see it. Yeah, and then he strung a whole litany of sentences in French right after that. Yeah, I get it. I understand. Lisa is from Love Island, Sweden, season 3. Her journey was more to the fridge than to the boys. Not sure how that worked, but she may look like a Barbie, but she's a Viking, and she needs a alpha male mixed with a teddy bear. And I noticed Curtis was kind of looking at her, and I'm just like, I'm not sure if Curtis is her type, but we will see. Jack says he likes her. We find out Lisa played soccer, so did Justine. Toby laughs at the word soccer. Uh, Lisa says he says Lisa looks like she will knock you over. And then in walks Maya Jama herself, our hostess with the mostest is back. Another one that didn't leave Fiji. In this really fire at, I need to find out where she got that white bandage dress from, because that dress was fire on her. Um, they are all excited to see her. Justine says she looks even more amazing in person. I can only imagine. So she welcomes them, but she says things will be different. They will still couple up and look for romantic connections, but they will be playing challenges, and those will determine who chooses who will go home, who will um, who will stay in the couples and determine who goes home, and then lastly, who will win Love Island Games 2023. So the first challenge is to determine how they get coupled up. The first challenge determines the order of the choices of the couples. So they are randomly paired off for the challenge. Now, Charlene even said the game was fun and funny. I agree. I really liked this game. It was a great choice of a first game. It is called All Spies on Me. And so we do see in this scene the girls are dressed up in these long dresses, sparkly dresses, and wigs, and the men are in suits, and they are ready to just like knock it out. So the girl with the fastest time gets to pick first. So what they have to do is each girl needs to collect 3 hearts and run as quickly as possible by first diffusing a series of bombs, which are a bunch of huge balloons blown up, and then jump out of a window to an alley. It was really like a paper little mesh thing for them to jump through and then fall, like trust fall into a little makeshift dumpster in the alley. Then ride a jet ski down a ramp, get some hearts from two water tanks below that, and then strip to their bathing suit, swim out into the ocean, and collect a heart-shaped buoy. They untie a boy and share a passionate kiss. Um, I really, really liked it. It probably, of all the challenges in Love Island history, probably one of my favorite that I've actually watched, because it was both very, very funny and it was tragic in some ways, but it also like really made like sense for Love Island, surprisingly. So first up was Justine, and she's randomly paired with Curtis, and Maya asked Justine if she's happy with her pick, and she said absolutely. So how they picked was there was like a bunch of cards. Maya picks the card of the girl that goes, and then laid out on like a casino table with a bunch of different cards, and the girls had to pick randomly one of the cards that they liked, and then when Maya flipped it up, that was the guy that they would be doing the challenge with. And so in this, Justine was randomly paired with Curtis, and she says she was hopeful that it would be him. Um, she was looking at a few, but he definitely was up there. Uh, Curtis literally jumped on these balloon bombs and like helped Justine like kill them so quickly. It was so good. So she does go into the water tank. The first one she finds really quickly. She does like run through that paper wall really quickly. But when she gets to the second water tank, she first of all loses her wig, her eyelashes. She can't find the second heart. So she just leaves and goes and gets the heart-shaped buoy, unties Curtis, and they kiss. She said it was an okay kiss because it was all salt water. um, I thought they did really good, especially going first. Like just Justine went right into it. But you see her like challenge experience like really helped her here because there was no nurse. She was just like, oh, go get it. So it was a good job. Next up was Lisa, and she is paired with Steph. Um, and he really couldn't help her smash all the balloons. She pretty much did it by herself. But I'm gonna say Lisa killed this challenge. She went out there and oof, she knocked it out the park. She got both hearts, and she was going really quickly. Steph does pick her up and kiss her. It was cute. Um, Jack and Justine both say that they're gonna keep their eyes on Lisa because girl is a threat, and they should, because she's a threat. Um, Next up is Sally, and Maya says, "Wait, are you hoping for someone?" And she says, "Yes, Toby." Toby's a little surprised, and she's like, "But she's gonna pick a card." She ends up picking Jack, which was still a good choice. She says she's happy regardless. Um, Jack's balloons won't pop, and Sally couldn't break through the wall. Literally, if you watch it, I'm gonna try to describe it, but Sally goes to run. This is a paper wall, guys. Sally goes to run and go to a paper wall. Now remember, Sally and I are both like really small people. And so she's like really compact. She goes to run to the wall and just like boom, like she hits the wall and literally reverberates from the wall backwards. It was hilarious. It was so funny. Charlize too, but it was so funny. She really tried to, but her poor little compact body was the wall was just too much for her. Oh my gosh. Just that scene alone was like made the entire episode. Everybody was dying laughing. It was so funny. And so she can't find the second heart either. So she does continue with the challenge. She gives them a really good strip tease. She did a really good job, guys. It like literally, she did her thing. And then she like goes out and gets the buoy and comes back and she tongues Jack down. So next up is Imani, and she gets Toby, and Toby is hilarious in his when it's time for him to do the challenge and do the balloons. He starts biting the balloons, guys. But as he points out, strategy. Listen, I'm here for it. Strategy. I like it. I like it. Imani does like go ahead, go really quickly. She loses her nails. She finds both hearts, so far she's like, other than Lisa, she's one of the only ones to find both hearts. Um, Steph is ITM and he likes Imani's confidence. Um, and then she strips down. They say they like her strip tease. I will say, after watching Justine and after watching Imani, the one thing about this challenge, it was very anti. These poor girls' hair were all over the place, so bad. Like, oh, if you were wearing a wig, no bueno, no bueno. It wasn't good. Thankfully for Justine, she had braids under her wig, and thankfully for Imani, her wig was mostly pasted up. Um, so Toby said she went for it, and he like liked the kiss that he got from her. Next up is Jess. And they asked, Maya asked her who doesn't she want. She said she doesn't want Callum because he had his chance. They were in the villa. They kissed a couple times, and he chose someone else. But of course, the Love Island gods did not care. They just care about editing, and she of course gets Callum, and Jess is like, no fucking way. So she goes to do it. She's like, I felt like I was doing the balloons by myself because Callum didn't help do nothing. She doesn't even really look for the hearts. She does get the one heart buoy, and then her and Callum make out. She said he's a good kisser, so worth it, but she don't want him. Last, is it last? Yes, last is Liberty and Ray. And again, Liberty can't find the heart, so she just kept going. Ray and Liberty were very funny. Them trying to pop the balloons because Ray's tiny, and he was like trying, but they were like all over the place. And I love Liberty. She's hilarious. So they do go, and Ray like picks her up to kiss her, and they fall back on the beach, and then they break out on the beach. It was funny though. So the winners of the challenge, are the only two to complete the mission, was Lisa and Imani, and the one with the fastest time was Lisa, of course. Listen, if you can vote Lisa out, guys, y'all gotta get her out. She gonna win the show. She gonna win the show, guys. No, okay. Um, Lisa does pick first, and she picks Curtis to couple up with. Um, Kind of not shocked. I think Curtis was kind of maybe giving her the eye. He also did really well with Justine in this challenge, so I think it's both strategic and she knows that he probably likes her. So Next up is Imani. Imani gets to pick second, and she picks Ray. And I was actually really excited for this because I'm like, okay, maybe there's something mutual going on here. Or is Imani also playing the game? I mean, I might listen. She just came off of season 5. She got played with. She, I mean, I think it because she ended up not finding somebody. It actually opened her up to come onto Love Island games, unlike some of her counterparts. So, listen. I want to see what develops between these two. I hope it could be something, but with Love Island, you never know. And so he says he loves it, madness and badness. He is over the moon that Imani chose him. So, good job here. This is what I'm saying. Like, men like to be chose too. Men like to be chose, especially being chose by a woman that they wanted to be chose by. So Sally and Justine place second. Well, third and fourth because they could not find one of their hearts. They've only found 2 hearts out of 3, and out of the 2 of them, the fastest was Justine, and Justine picks Jack. And so Maya asks her why she picks Jack, and she said he's funny, he's not bad to look at. Jack is happy. Sully is happy for Jay. Maya thinks she knows who Sally will pick since Sally is up next. And Sally does pick Toby. And Maya rightly points out, listen, every guy who's been chosen so far is cheesing on that side. They are all excited to be picked. And Toby says he is buzzing. So we know that if you watch the UK, that's a good word. That's a good word. So last up are Liberty and Jess, who each got 1 heart, which is the booty heart. And of the fastest of those 2 was Liberty, and she gets the final pick. And Liberty picks Callum. And so Jess gets Steph by default. And listen, they all say they are happy with their choices. And so Maya points out that, listen, the couples are important because this is how you're going to be playing the games moving forward. So get to know each other, try to come out strong. And surprises await around the corner. And the first surprise is sooner than they think. And I just knew, of course, Love Island fashion, the first surprise would be a bombshell. But would it be 1 or 2? And I was hoping it was 2 to try to keep it even because I really like the fact that everybody already were paired off. Like, don't mess up the order of things by adding 1 bombshell to steal somebody. I didn't want all that. I want to keep them even paired off. So one thing I like about Love Island games is everybody seems to be paired off. So I need them to keep that. I think they did a good job with that idea. So everybody does take their time, split up, and go into their couples. Callum and Liberty crash on some couches. Celine and Jack and Toby invade the bedrooms, and we find out that Sally and Justine are sleeping next to each other, so they're very excited. And Justine and Jack start fighting on which side to sleep on because he's got to sleep on the left side, but Justine's like, Sally's right there on her right side. So, it was kind of cute. It's kind of cute. Curtis and Lisa are talking, and one thing I will say, they were vibing. Like, the conversations they were having was pretty deep, and I can see it now. Again, is Lisa playing a game? Did she pick Curtis strategically? We're gonna have to find out what develops. But they do discuss kids, guys, and it's episode 1. Um, he says that they could be a super couple. He says he has to be careful though. Lisa might end up breaking his heart, and he'll be crying as much as he did the last time he was on the show. I said, exactly, Curtis. So Imani and Ray go up to Soul Ties. Hashtag Soul Ties is crazy. And Imani is still looking for love because Ray asked her, did her experience jade her to coming here for love, or she just here for money? And she said, no, she's still looking for love. And they do also get very deep into conversation. He liked that she was studying and going to school, and she's like, yeah, I'm the first person to go to school in my family. He's like, I'm also the first person to go to school in my family. And he loves that she was studying to be a doctor. She said she's still studying microbiology, and he is bigging her up. And she does discuss, like, listen, if we are together, for her, loyalty is everything. Like, we're going to ride or die for each other, and he's down with that. And he's like, as long as we're on the same page, I think we're good. He is like, she, I think it was her that was like, listen, but like, how should we do this? Like, should we just go out and dominate, or should we lay low and like see what develops so that we don't get targeted? Ray's thing is, let us just go out and dominate, because then we have all the decision making. And again, I like these strategic conversations, because again, it keeps the mind that there's this game aspect. How are they going to navigate it as a couple? And even if there is nothing that necessarily romantically is developing with these people yet, or off the bat, having a game plan going into these challenges will keep you going in order to stay in the villa. Because even if you're in a friendship couple and you win the challenge and you get to determine to send like a stronger couple home, that works to your advantage. So, because then your person might come into the villa later as a bombshell, right? Yes. And so next we see Jack and Justine talk. They both also played soccer, and she was a center forward. He was a defender, and we hear that Justine ITM said Jack for her was a strategic pick. He is not necessarily the vibe that she was getting right off the bat. She feels like she vibed more with Curtis, but he is physically fit and he is good to look at. And I am proud of my girl. Listen, the challenge has taught Justine well. Yes, you are on Love Island, but the game is the game. The game is the game. And so they do actually race together, which was very cute. I like that race. And he cheats. And I was like, hopefully this is not a foreshadowing. No. And so next up we see Jess and Steph chat. And according to him, Jess was in his top 3. And she said, well, for her, him and Ray were neck and neck in her top 3. And he's like, oh, so basically I'm number 1. But he says, listen, I'm an honest person, so I'm going to be straight out to you. His top was Lisa. And I was like, wow, Steph, like, just no delicacy here. Like, I'm not saying that you can't be truthful, but you could like say it a little, just a little, like put some sugar on it, just a little. He says he likes sporty girls, and she's like, wait a minute, so is he trying to say I'm not sporty? And I was like, I think that was what he was trying to say, Jess. But he says that he likes Jess because she is not shy. And I said, fair. And he says that there was a little connection. Not a, listen, I will say this about Steph. He's probably one of the most honest people in the villa currently, because he was laying it out there. He likes her, but he ain't there yet. There could be something there. He gonna wait and see. He wanted Lisa, but he'll take Jess. And okay. At least he's being upfront and honest about it. Next, we see Callum and Liberty talk, and she says they are very similar. They had said at the top when they coupled up that they were both like really chatterboxing. Um, and we see next that everybody is getting ready in the dressing rooms. Justine does say to the girls that she vibes more with Curtis, but she likes Jack. And I was like, ooh, yeah, like kind of keep that to yourself, Justine, if you want to keep this man. Sally and Toby talk in soul ties, and what would have happened if someone had taken him away. And she's like, she realizes she needs to slow her roll because it is Love Island games. And so she asks what kind of person he is. Is he introverted or extroverted? And he's like, he's a mix of both. Which I think for Sally, she's also, we know she's usually very extroverted, but we just have found out over time there's just times when she just needs like some peace. So I feel like they both are very similar, definitely. And Toby and Sally took their Love Island journeys. Him going from Chloe bombshelling in to Casa Amor and dumping her to them finding their way back to each other. And then for Sally, she being with Johnny from the beginning, and then he literally going into Casa Amor doing everything and his mother, and then coming back to her. So she does say, because they talk about their relationships, and she does say with Johnny, she hasn't spoken to him since they broke up, and she would never spin the block. And the fact that they just extensively laying out where she and Johnny were, I was like, oh my God, Johnny is coming. He's coming, guys. I knew it. I knew he was coming. You know how it is. And so Callum and Liberty talk, and it was so hard to write down this conversation that I basically wrote down they share one brain, and that brain is Liberty's. Because they talk about her name, and she's like, yeah, my name means freedom. And he's like, your name means freedom? And she's like, yeah, Liberty? He's like, oh, like the Statue of Liberty? And she's like, yeah, in New York. And he's like, oh. He's like, well, just so you know, you obviously are way smarter. And I'm like, for real. But they do kiss, because he says, listen, she kissed Ray, I needed to get it in. So more strategy, I feel. And next we see, shock of shocks, Maya Jama is back, guys. Episode could not end without Maya Jama walking in and surprising the Islanders. And she says 2 Islanders are on their way. They will kiss the 2 Islanders they are the most attracted to. But the OG Islanders will not know who they are. They will be blindfolded. So we do see 2 people riding up on a motorcycle, and we find out it's Megan from Love Island UK season 4 and Johnny Middlebrooks, Love Island USA season 2. Of course, Sally's ex just walked into the villa, and all the couples are blindfolded. they basically just walk in, all like you could just hear their footsteps, and that's it. Like they weren't making a sound, but you could just feel like the energy was like all over. You could feel it. And so they describe just a little bit of their journey. We hear from Megan saying she's here for to take it all. And Johnny says, listen, him and Sally did not leave on good terms. And if he sees her, he's not sure what he's going to do. Well, I'm going to tell you what Johnny did, guys. So first up is Megan. And I didn't watch season 4, so I was like, oh, is she gonna go after Jack? Like, I didn't know like what was like their status or whatever. But she kisses Callum, and it was like a full on make out. And then she kisses Steph, which was also a make out, but not as hardly make out. Jess was a little upset. She's like, oh fuck, of course she's kissing the guy I'm coupled up with. And then Johnny kisses, and I said in my head, he's gonna kiss Imani. And Johnny kisses Imani. Of course he did. And guys, Johnny goes over to Sally, stands her up, and kisses the heck out of her. And this is when I started screaming. The kiss lasted forever, guys. Forever. I was screaming. That's how long the kiss lasted. Oh my God. It's like, Shirley. Exactly. Shirley, not gonna. Oh my God. I couldn't believe he did that. I could not believe he did that. Toby says, hey, you're kissing her. I haven't even kissed her yet. But Toby boo, he been kissed her. He kissed her for a whole season. So, like, guys, why is it that then Megan and Johnny walk out the villa, and that is where they left us? That is where I was screaming still, right? Like when they shut down the show, I was still screaming. That's how they ended the show. I can't believe it, guys. I cannot believe it. Woo! Woo! Shirley says, I wish she could have known it was Johnny. Man, I can't wait till I cannot wait till the next episode. I kind of wanted her to know too, because I don't know how she's going to take it, guys. I don't know what she's going to do. I don't think she would spin the buck on Johnny. Why would he kiss her, though? Is it strategy? Again, is this strategy? Is this what? I can't. Guys, probably one of the best Love Island episodes I've watched in a while. I will say, between the challenges and the conversation and the coupling up, I was pleasantly surprised. It didn't, you know how sometimes you watch a Love Island episode, you're like, oh my God, it's like 2 hours. Like, why is it this long? I did not. I was still. I was like, wait. Let me see the next scene. What is her reaction? I was still screaming. Listen, Love Island gods. Holy shit! Oh my God, Rach. Oh my God! Apparently, Johnny and Sully are being cozy on Love Island tonight. Oh my God! Oh my God! I can't! What if she found something with the? I'm telling, like, wait, like, she has to know it was Johnny, right? What if she doesn't know it was Johnny, guys? What if she didn't, like, do you think she forgot his kiss? I don't think so. Her face looked like, now isn't this some shit? Guys, I don't know. This is probably one of, I don't know if it's the cast. I don't know if it's the challenge and the staging and the editing. Guys, this is probably one of the best Love Island episodes I've seen forever. Definitely one of the better episodes of than season 5 of USA and season 10 of UK, guys. I was screaming my head off at the end. And then they shut the shit down, and I was like, no, 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 you gotta show this. I like, when's the last time we felt like that? Like, oh my God, you gotta show us what's coming next. Like, what's next? Wow. Love Island producers, 8. They did the damn thing, guys. I came in here with no expectations, just excited to see my girls back on TV. And I'm sorry, like, I'm in. 6 weeks, guys. They recorded for 6 weeks in Fiji. The show will be airing, I think it's Sunday through Thursday, Sunday through Friday, 9 p.m. every night. So I'm going to be here, just like I was for USA, just like I was for UK. I'm going to be here, guys. I can't promise you I'll be here every night. Like, tomorrow night at 9 is Big Brother, so I won't be able to watch the episode live, because I always watch the Big Brother live eviction, because I'm also covering Big Brother. Oh, it's exactly, Charlene. Didn't even get a sneak preview of the next episode. Nothing. We got nothing. Got nothing. They left us hanging to come back for more, guys. Yeah. So I will probably be back Friday to discuss the cliffhanger. Because wow. I actually was really happy with how they did this episode. I'm excited to see just how they edit, because I hope they properly edit. I think I'm going to like it a little better, because we know that in regular Love Island, they don't always show our love stories. They villainize us. But here, even if they villainize you, because Jess is a little bit of a villain, it's a game at the end of the day. I feel like it's a game for first and foremost, and it's like finding love second. And so it's kind of whatever sparks and happens. I'm excited to see. But yeah, I'm in for the season. It should be tomorrow. So Charlene said, when is the next episode on? It should be tomorrow night. I think it'll be tomorrow and Friday, and then we won't get another episode until Sunday. And so I will be back to recap Thursday and Friday on Friday, and then I'll be back on Sunday. So guys, I'm here. I'm excited to cover this. I hope we get everything. We get great winners. I hope we get great challenges. I'm excited to see what other bombshells. I mean, I do know some people that will come in, because I have a full cast list of who's going to be coming in, but like, when are they coming in, and who are they going to pick, and that kind of, who's going to leave. And I know that at the end of the day, the cast themselves will be choosing, I believe, the winners, kind of like perfect match. So I'm excited to see how this is done. Yeah, this. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. Thank you guys for dropping in. Charlie said that's what I thought. So yeah, so I think tomorrow will be another episode, and then Friday. So I will be back to recap on Friday, guys. Thank you for joining me I'm going to say it again. If you have not watched Love Island Games, go watch it. Go watch it and then comment down below. Go watch it and then come back and watch this if you're watching this after the fact, and comment down below your thoughts. I think they did a great job so far. So, guys, as always, follow me on Entertainment in Color, Twitter, Facebook, all the things. I am currently covering, if you're just coming back because I'm covering Love Island, I'm currently covering Big Brother season 25, which ends next week. And with Janelle Michelle, and we are also covering The Traders Canada. We will be back for our recap sometime soon, hopefully. And then I am. Shirley says, yeah, go watch it. Yes, please go watch it. And then I am covering Bachelor Nation, the Golden Bachelor on Sundays on my channel. And then over on Reality Realness with 3S's, I am covering Bachelor in Paradise VIP with Chantel and Miss Chijoy. They also helped me cover the Golden Bachelor. Once that stuff is done, I'm thinking of covering that twin love show with the Bella twins. I don't think they're the Bella twins anymore. I forget what their last name is. But I'm excited to watch that, and I will probably be covering that. That starts on November 17th. So once Big Brother is over, once the Golden Bachelor and all that stuff is over, I'll just be covering this. So, guys, I'm probably here for the season. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens. So, if you have not watched Love Island Games, I'm saying go give it a try and come back in the comments and tell me what you think. Thank you, guys. I'm peacing out for now. I will see you on Friday. Have a good night. Bye.